Hello everybody and welcome to another Lews pit lane walk. This is going to be another session where we walk down the pit lane and I talk you through what happened in qualifying, drivers' reactions, and yeah, just kind of an overview. And we're starting off with the MG boys, who actually did pretty well in qualifying. Josh Cook was P8 and Aron Smith was P13. So they both have made a statement coming into this round that they were looking to revive old form, and it looks like they've certainly put themselves into a right direction here so far. Now we're with the AMD tuning Audis of Antwater Neals and Ollie Jackson. Antwater Neals was P19 and Ollie Jackson was P14. So that's a good result for Ollie Jackson, puts himself in a great position for points. Antwater Neals coming off of the back of that disappointment in race 3 at Knock Hill. I'm sure he won't be too disheartened with 19th. Again, puts him in a great position for points. We arrive here with the Team Parker and Stephen Jelly and Stuart Lyons. Stephen Jelly was 24th and Stuart Lyons was 32nd. But Stuart Lyons will be starting 31st, why we'll come on to in a minute. But Stephen Jelly, 24th. Will he be happy with that? I'm not sure. I haven't really spoken to him very much, so I'm not sure how happy he's going to be with that. But now we're with Team Hard and their CCs, cars that we've expected to go really well around here actually, with Mike Epps, Will Burns and Jake Hill behind the wheel. Mike Epps was P15, so again, position for points. Was he expecting more though? We'll have to wait and see. Will Burns was not in shot. I only have down to 27, so he was plus 27. That's all I can tell you. Jake Hill qualified 31st, but after getting his third strike, he will be starting the race from the back of the grid. But he wasn't trying. That wasn't his pace. So I've spoken to him and he said, why waste the tyres, you know, if we were going to start from the back of the grid anyway. So yeah, it doesn't really matter to him. I'm sure we will see him going a lot quicker tomorrow. And we're arriving now with Laser. Yet again, just like Knock Hill, just didn't seem to go his way, Aiden Moffat, who is also plus 27 because I cannot see him on my screen. So yeah, not great. 28th, 29th or 30th, he's one of the three. But yeah, that's not really where I think he expected to be. We talked to him on Friday, and he mentioned that he was looking to be back on the back towards the front, and he's not managed to do that. And we're going to move on, and I think Aiden's misery has been kind of compounded by what's going on alongside him in the other Mercedes of Adam Morgan, who qualified in P6, which is really good for Adam Morgan. I'm sure he's chuffed with that. However, we're right with the BTC Norling guys. Dave Newsom's probably a very disappointed driver. He was about 7th, 8th, looking like he's going to be in top 10 for most of the session, but it just didn't look like he improved. He dropped down to 17th in the end. Chris Smiley was another driver showing promise in practice, but he finished down in 25th. So, yeah, I'm sure he won't be best pleased with that one either, but it gives both of the Norland drivers some work to do tomorrow on race day. And we're now with Hanley Motorsport and Robb Austin. Robb Austin probably one of the most disappointed drivers on the grid. Qualified 2030, said that he came here looking to get back onto the podium. Obviously, he took his maiden BTCC win here at Rockingham whilst he was driving in his Audi. So a track we know he's quick at, but it just doesn't look like he had the car sorted out for qualifying. Now here's Adam Morgan's garage. As I said before, P6 for Adam Morgan. So a lot better of the Mercedes, and it puts him in a great position for podium. He's got Turkington right in front of him, Matt Neal behind him, which is going to be interesting, but Matt Neal's carrying a little bit of ballast as well, so it might be interesting to see whether that affects him towards the latter stage of the race. Obviously, it's worth noting that they're taking the harder option as the other tyre as well, not the soft tyres for this weekend. We arrived with Power Maxed in Vauxhalls. Tom Chilton, P9, so very happy, I'm sure, there, Tom Chilton. But Senna Proctor, probably not as happy. 22nd he qualified. I talked to him just a few moments ago, actually. He said he was struggling with setup all day long. But obviously, as I'm sure you can tell, Tom Chilton didn't look like he was qualifying in P9, so that's great for him. Returning, obviously, to Rockingham. And I guess P9 is exactly what he was after. So I'm going to carry on moving down. We're now down with Motorbase and Rory Butcher's second qualifying session. And in that second qualifying session, he qualified 21st. So Rory Butcher, I'm sure, will be happy with that. The other one is Matt Jackson in 11th. So Matt Jackson, I'm sure, will be very happy to qualify 11th. That puts him in a great position for top 10s and a good days of result. Martin Depper, however, was plus 27 again. So I can't tell you exactly where he finished, but not great. Now with Eurotech, and we had Jeff Smith and Brett Smith. I apologise. Brett Smith and Jack Goff. Jack Goff looked like he had pole for so long in that session, so long until the dying few moments when he got pipped. So he qualified P2, and Brett Smith was in 26th. We just passed the Speedworks garage with Tom Ingram as a driver. Another driver who looked like he could have been on pole, but P3, he was 82 1/1000ths of a second off of pole in the end. So really close, the Speedworks driver there. But I'm sure Tom Ingram can't be too disheartened with P3, puts him in a great position for tomorrow. Now, we arrive at Team BMR. We were saying how close Jack Goff and Tom Ingram were to taking pole, but the man who did was one of these drivers. But it wasn't Ash Sutton or Jason Plato, it was James Cole, who took his maiden BTCC pole position. Obviously started on pole in a reverse grid race at Snetterton, so he's not fully inexperienced starting on pole in the touring cars, but race one, I'm sure you'll be chuffed with that. Speaking of Ash Sutton and Jason Plato, Ash Sutton was P4, so that again puts him in great position. He's carrying, I think, 66 kilos of ballast for this weekend, so very, very impressive considering all of the ballast. And Jason Plato was P10 on the grid, so again, that puts him in a good position for a solid weekend of points. Josh Price, meanwhile, was P12. So all the Subarus are up there in qualifying, and I'm sure Josh won't be too disheartened with 12th. As we arrive here with Halford's Honda Yuassa Racing. Now, Matt Neal was P7, which is a good result for him. However, Gordon Sheddon was P16. So he's lost a bit of weight from Knock Hill, but it doesn't look like it's helped him massively. Obviously, he took over the lead of the title here last weekend from Sam Tordoff, and that seemed to be a big turning point. Maybe this will be the same this weekend, but not in Gordon Sheddon's favour. And Matt Simpson 27th as well, just for note. And we're going to finish up with WSR. Colin Turkington, P5 on the grid. Which is an amazing result for him, again, considering all the weight he's carrying, and also considering where the other two BMWs qualified. Andy Jordan was P18, and Robb Holland was P20. So, both of the BMWs struggling like they were last year. But yeah, it's a great result for Colin Turkington. Yet again, he was a top BMW. But yeah, that brings us to a close here for Lew's pit lane walk. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm sure this gives us a great platform for some amazing racing tomorrow.